Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church, and I'm here today to share some thoughts at the beginning of this week. And these are kind of practical oriented. You'll find them in Romans chapter 12 and beginning with verse 12. Here's how it reads: Rejoice in our confident hope. Be patient in trouble and keep on praying. When God's people are in need, be ready to help them. Always be eager to practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Don't curse them. Pray that God will bless them. Be happy with those who are happy and weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with each other. Don't be too proud to enjoy the company of ordinary people. And don't think that you know it all. Wow, that's a lot of things said. A lot of practical thoughts in this little passage. And you and I need some practical applications at times. I think Christianity is a very practical religion. By that, I mean, he gives some really down to earth thoughts and ways to do things that the world won't know. I like to think of it as a manufacturer's handbook. And if you're like me, you hardly ever read the handbook. You just dive into whatever's there, and maybe you miss out some things. So let's dive into this passage. I know there's some churches that call their Bible studies a deeper dive. Well, this isn't a deeper dive, it's just a dive. So let's look at a couple of these things again. Rejoice in our confident hope. What is your hope? Hope that tomorrow won't be like today? Well, that's something. Hope that you'll be able to be the person that you want to be? That's a good hope. Hope that something gets fixed that's broken? That's a good hope. Hope that somehow my life will make a difference? Now, that's a really good hope. What do you hope for? Now, all kinds of people are listening, all kinds of situations. Have no idea specifically who I'm addressing here. But I want each of us to be confident in understanding who we are and where we are. It says, be patient in trouble and keep on praying. Well, most people who walk with the Lord know something about praying. They've either learned it by listening to somebody teach about it, or they've learned it by watching others. I don't know. I don't know what fits you. But it says here to keep on praying. It's so hard to ask God for something and not get it right then. And then to keep going because you figured out this is how I want my story to end. And it's not ending, even though you've asked God for it. And some people, well, see, there is no God. I told you. Doesn't even answer me when I call him. Well, I wouldn't go that so far. But it says here very clearly, rejoice in hope and be patient in trouble and keep on praying. That means don't stop. Maybe the situation is hopeless, at least from everything you know, but it may not be hopeless from God's viewpoint. So keep on praying. Be patient in trouble. Most of us, when we experience trouble, we want it to go away. But sometimes we need that trouble to rethink some things that we shouldn't be doing or that we're not doing that we ought to be doing. Uh, you know, Just spending a few moments with God is something that's really difficult for many people. They're just so busy. And they assume God knows that, so there's no reason to bring it up again. That's not what this passage is saying. That's not what the God of the Bible wants us to do. It says to be patient. Don't be lazy. And when people are in need, be ready to help them. When someone has a need, see what you can do to fill it. Maybe that's sharing some money. Maybe that's sharing some of your time. Maybe that's sharing some of your things. Maybe that's advocating on their behalf with somebody else. Whatever it is, show grace to those around you. Why? Well, I know Jesus would, but sometimes it's a whole lot better when we have a real effort on your part. Then he goes on to say here, live in harmony with each other and don't be proud to enjoy the company of older people, ordinary people, and don't think you know it all. See, people who are know-it-alls know it all. And if you're one of those, my attempts to communicate today are probably not going to be successful. My attempts to share an idea with you probably not going to succeed because you already know it all. You know, I know a lot about God, but there's a whole bunch more that I don't know. And some of it I can't know until I leave this earth and go to spend eternity with you. But yet, Paul is saying very definitively here. Let me say it, listen again. When God's people are in need, be ready to help them. Bless those who persecute you. Don't curse them. Pray that God will bless them too. Be happy with those who are happy and weep with those who weep. Today, in harmony with each other, live as much as you can. Don't ever think you know it all. Well, I unfortunately, I know a lot of stuff, and I tend to jump in more than I should, not trying to look special, but because I know the answer to the question. But sometimes I jump too fast. I need to think more of the others than to think of the answer. God wants us not to pretend to love each other, but to actually live it. And I'm telling you, that's hard, but it is doable. And you're so much the better for having tried. You think about that. I'll be back tomorrow with another thought, another idea. But in the meantime, if you have a need, call us. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Hope you have a really great one. I'll talk to you more. God bless you.